Shrine Anchorite. We're gonna need a new head. Bound to find something in here. Where are we? What fresh hell is this? Don't look so concerned. It's not your turn today. Oh, look who it is. Your days are numbered, devil. What is it? I can't reach. I'll come back for you, I promise. Not a chance. Everything is pink. We're close. Finally, here we are. That will do the job. A little bit big, but we can make it work. Yeah, you know what's going to happen, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. Hello, kitty. How do we get into your plastic prison? You can't hide in there forever. Oh, you're in trouble now. No tricks or traps. Seems straightforward. Does this come off? The heck is that? A little cake. Don't think we can make use of that, but you never know. Oh, hello there. What are you doing in there? Wasn't expecting that. I suppose you can hang around and watch. Now, the inevitable step. Don't you clutch that strawberry in fear. Why do they always have to have eyes? No, we can do it. We can do it. We can do it. Hello, kitty. More like bye-bye, kitty. Can't do it. Right, team meeting. One of you will need to... Oh, God. One of you will need to do this. What? No? Bloody hell. Cannot get the staff. I'll do it myself. Just face the ground while it happens and don't fight it, please. This'll hurt me more than it hurts you. Think how your life could have turned out. Anyway, you have a greater purpose now. It's the current year, so you know what that means. It's time for some body modifications. Not to worry. You'll feel better once they're done. After that harrowing episode, on to the next. What's the opposite of cheek fillers? More importantly, we need to make sure we get the right cheeks. There's been a lot of confusion lately. Either way, we need one hole per whisker for a future endeavour. Next up, we need a very sacred material. Come on, hand it over. Thank you. Burlap, sackcloth, Hessian, Hessian, whatever you want to call it. We're going to cut some up and stick it on this bow. It's a very precarious process, much like touching anything that belongs to a female. We'll use super glue for the initial stick, and then a coat of PVA. We'll add a few more around the model for a bit of material variation. Next, we must visit everyone's favourite traumatic childhood memory and get tangled up in some barbed wire. We're going to combine it with some copper wire and this discounted baby wipe. We need the fibres. Let's twist the wire together and then, every now and again, we'll insert a fibre and twist it in. So we end up with a mangled, violent looking cable that looks like it's had one too many encounters with a squirrel. Shrine Anchorites are big fans of pain, so we'll strap this spiny cable up and around the head, secure it extremely tightly, even tighter. Can I help you? What is wrong with you? Milliput, one of God's own angels. We need a ball of it to create a new neck for our kitty crusader. Hold still. Back to our blasphemous bonding agent, we need to strap a couple of family heirlooms to the Wheel of Fortune. We'll use some twine as well. This cost me £5, so expect to see it in every build for the next 10 years. A little teddy bear, just to reinforce the sorrow. His safe word is Dino Crisis. Another flagstone base, check it fits, before we add the muddy ground. Why? You're welcome. This is just the first layer, something for the final layer to grab onto. Time to unleash humanity's most devious cat torture device, the bell. We'll secure them with more of our agony rope. Absolutely furious. Cut it to length. Apply the glue. And attach. And another. And a couple more. Finally, we need a volunteer for a great honour. And I can't think of anybody better. Sucks to be a tiny demonic cat. Anyway, Gaahleri sent me this airbrush a few weeks ago and it is absolutely brilliant, so we're going to use it again. We're aiming for a colour somewhere between stone and flesh, which I'm sure is how every design meeting in the Hello Kitty offices starts. This airbrush gives immense control and is ridiculously easy to clean, so it's no longer soul destroying to use one. With the head suitably blasted, we're going to cover all of the armour with dark brown, before a healthy coat of hairspray, which will reactivate later to chip the armour. While that dries, if you were wondering who sanctions this behaviour, it is my Patreon members. They like to pretend they're over there enjoying extra content, sneak peeks, soundtracks, quail hatching, and voting. But the reality is, they've all been spamming me with hand-drawn cartoons of Hello Kitty cats meeting unfortunate ends, so I'm not entirely to blame. If you'd like to join and help me do more, bigger and better, check out the link in the description. We'll cover all of the armour with gunmetal. And all of the chain with tinny tin. Something for the hoarders out there, we must pay a visit to our old metallic paints. And our good as new, perfectly usable, never throwing them away, brushes. In she goes. Godspeed. Oh, delightful. Now we take those newfound precious nuggets and stab them onto the mini. The aim is to build up a terrible texture. Now for the water to reactivate the layer of hairspray and lightly chip the armour. Alongside that, we'll use fury swipes with a bit of barbed wire to apply some scratches. Another paint intercepted on its way to the grave, Brass Scorpion. Dry most of it off on a towel, and then we'll dab the raised details on the armour. Next, we must blacken the cloth with the Grim Black Speed Paint. We're going ultimate edge with this paint scheme. Picture yourself, 13 years old, you've just lost a Pokemon battle to your rival, and then your mother tells you there are no chicken nuggets for dinner. You put on Papa Roach and you scream into your pillow. That is the level of concentrated disdain we're imposing on this twisted miniature. We'll add a drop of water to the speed paint and then roughly apply it around the raised details. This will help it flow and also make it easier to soak up the excess. For the wheel, it's an overly complicated mixture of these three. Some of the techniques that have been used so far can be found in the Grimdark Compendium, over on their website and YouTube channel. And one of their most unique tricks is the one that I'm about to brutalise. By mixing white spirit, black acrylic paint and matte varnish, you end up with an angry substance that is allergic to cooperation. After mixing them together, we separate some samples before applying them to the model. Now give them a few seconds to begin to dry and then strike them. The mixture's consistency can vary, but it's never really wrong. Add a little bit of soul back into this soulless monstrosity. Then we take it all away again with Agrax Earthshade. Here we go, another distorted technique which worked in my mind. A pool of white spirit on baking or parchment paper, which I wouldn't recommend because it partially peed straight through it. On top of that, we apply Flesh Tearer's Red, then Gloss Varnish, and then Glistening Blood. Mixed together on top of the white spirit and parchment paper, it doesn't know what to do. You've got that in common. So we make the most of it in its panicked state and we drag it across our miniature, in the hope of creating a realistically uncontrolled blood effect. Something a bit different for my cheeky cherubs out there. Today we'll dabble with enamel. I can't believe he's just said that. Enamel paints aren't as fun as acrylic. They're less playful, far less forgiving, the boomers of the painting world, which makes them ideal for our cursed weeping eye holes. What on earth have you seen to make you so distraught?
Look at my pear. Look at my pear. Oh, look at my pear.
Oh, yes, they have it. They have Kraft mac and cheese, original flavor. Lord Megatron will be happy.
We'll use a cotton wool pad to soak up some diluted black primer. Dry it out. And then pull it apart and extract some very specifically shaped strands. With some careful trimming and delicate application, the whiskers return. As we approach the end, let's mix some black ink with AK's wet ground. We're not going to paint this, and I need it to be darker than it would be otherwise. Before that dries, we'll mix in some patches of AK's muddy ground. And finally, the dry pigments, mixed together and dusted on.
Sancta Filis Domina Doloris peccati salitur et bellum cantat.
Been She crawls from within the blood-soaked cart, porcelain pot, her stigmata bleeds. Pilgrims rejoice, we hear your pleas.
The bells ringing through all seven hells.
Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think. I don't care how old this video is. Let me know. Leave a like, subscribe, join the Discord, Patreon. Love you. How are you supposed to fit all this in?